Tovakin, naloksin lasvarin, vodain vokul, ma ferakastval, arfinor palgan, fudnos honsin drossan, Tovakin, fahim, kogan mundra.
Bethesda's fifth installment of its long-running Elder Scrolls series of games is a game that has completely engrossed me, and I have never played an Elder Scrolls game before this. But Skyrim has taken a huge chunk of time out of my life. I'm over 180 hours into it, and there's still tons to do. Set in Tamriel's northernmost province of Skyrim, where the game also gets its name, the Elder Scrolls V sets you off on adventures in a beautiful and dangerous land. Skyrim is in the midst of a civil war, which your character gets unintentionally caught up in at the very beginning. You begin as an unnamed prisoner, a common theme in the Elder Scrolls games, caught crossing the border of Skyrim with some of the warring factions. You then get to create your character, including sex, race, and features. Then it's off to the chopping block with you. Thankfully, just before the headsman relieves your newly created body of its newly created head, a dragon swoops down and the game begins. After a short tutorial section in which you are given the choice of going with an Imperial soldier or a Stormcloak rebel, the game begins in earnest. From the moment you leave the tutorial section, you are free to do whatever you want, wherever you want, within the confines of Skyrim. The main storyline quest? It's there if you want to get to it, but there's no hand-holding to get you to complete it, or hell, even start it if you don't want to. The choice is yours in Skyrim. But the main story does revolve around the dragons, and is a nice way to get some new powers, so it isn't a bad idea to at least do some of it early on. The same is true for the whole Civil War aspect. Since you start out neutral, you can either stay that way or decide to join one of the factions. This sense of freedom also translates into character development. Unlike many other RPGs and even past Elder Scrolls games, you're not restricted to any one class in Skyrim. Do you want to be a burly warrior wearing plate and utilizing a shield and weapon? Then do it. How about a stealthy rogue or assassin skulking in the shadows and taking your foes when they least expect it? You can do that too. Do you want to be a powerful mage obliterating your opponents with powerful spells? Also available. And if you get bored with that style of play on that character, well, just start trying something else. Or alternately, play a mix method as you go. The skills in Skyrim aren't limited to any one archetype. For example, my character is a plate-wearing, spell-casting, sneaky, lock-picking son of a bitch. Leveling up is also vastly different from most other RPGs. Instead of spending points and stats to try and min-max your way to greatness, you simply choose to level either your magic meter, health meter, or stamina meter. After that, you get to spend a perk point in a specific skill tree of your choosing. The only prerequisite for getting each perk is that you have used that specific skill enough to have leveled it to the point where the perk becomes available. There is a max level cap, however, and perk points will be limited to that max, so decisions on where to spend perk points are important. Thankfully, you can bank perk points for later use if you haven't decided on where you want to spend them. The province of Skyrim feels massive, with tons of locations to find, dungeons to clear, and a boatload of quests to do. Quests are divided into two main types: named quest lines that can be part of the main storyline or side quests, and miscellaneous quests, most often being one-off quests found throughout the land of Skyrim. Bethesda has stated that these miscellaneous quests can be potentially nearly infinite, especially when asking locals about work to do for the area. This can make for a staggering amount of things to do while playing. Thankfully, the quest log is easy to use, allowing for fast switching of active quests. When talking about how Skyrim looks, well, it's a bit of a mixed bag. There are some absolutely stunning vistas to look at, but textures when viewed up close are fairly muddy. Characters seem to animate nicely, but can still be a bit stiff in many regards. Still, when taken as a whole, the graphics in Skyrim are fantastic. The same can be said of the audio. While the musical score is fantastic and fully orchestrated, and the voices for some quests are done well, a lot of other voices are reused over and over to the point of barely being able to care about them. Again though, when taken as a whole, the sound of Skyrim is great. Of course, this is a Bethesda game, and if there's one thing Bethesda games are known for, it's bugs. Skyrim has its fair share of bugs. They range from odd graphical glitches to areas not completely loading in when entering them, to random and unexplainable frame rate drops for no apparent reason, to dragons flying around backwards and spazzing out. Still, at least on the Xbox 360 version, I didn't notice a ton of game-breaking bugs. Only 2 or 3 freezes in my playtime so far. There's honestly far too much in Skyrim to get out there in a video review. Just know this, even with the bugs that can happen, Skyrim is easily the best RPG that has been released in 2011. It's a fantastic game that no RPG fan should do without. Just don't expect to have any sort of a normal life while playing it.